MashaAllah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah al-aliyyil azim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ibadihi alladhina istafa. Amma ba'du. Farabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli wa qul rabbi adkhilni mudkhala sidqin wa akhrijni mukhraja sidqin waj'al li min ladunka sultanan nasira. Bismillah wa billah wa tawakkaltu ala Allah. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Verse number 143, we recite it first. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وكذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا لتكونوا شهداء على الناس ويكون الرسول عليكم شهيدا وما جعلنا القبلة التي كنت عليها إلا لنعلم من يتبع الرسول ممن ينقلب على عقبيه وإن كانت لكبيرة إلا على الذين هدى الله وما كان الله ليضيع إيمانكم إن الله بالناس لرؤوف رحيم. صدق الله العظيم. This verse took over 3 sessions before and still it is running, and inshallah with the help of Allah we will complete it today in this session. Up to this place we have talked about that Allah is preparing minds of mu'mineen so that there is an announcement to come, and that is about Qibla. First Allah is telling them, you are set to be a nation, an ummah, and a first column that will be set so that all people other than you who will come in the coming times and who are other than your area and in your surrounding all over the world, they have to take guidance from you, and you are a good standard for them. As the Rasul, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam is a standard for you. You have to take lessons and guidance from him. Then Allah gave the response or solved that question which may rise in some of the minds of believers, that if you had to change the direction of Qibla after a while, after these 15, 16, 17 years, why you did it before? Why you set it before as a Qibla? So Allah is giving response to that question and telling that since becoming believer and believing in a simple way, that saying that I am believing in you, O Prophet, it was easy and it was simple, and there was no an obstacle, there was no a hardship in that. So that was not a good standard for checking somebody that he is really a believer or not. Then we set a marathon with obstacles. The one who comes, he should have to pass some obstacle, some hardship he should face in believing, because in believing there is no hardship. Just saying I believe in Allah and I believe in prophethood, that is a very simple step and everybody can do that. But when it comes to the practice, if there is a hard condition for that, that is the real examination and that is the real test. And Allah put this test at the first step, and He set Jerusalem or Masjidul Aqsa as a Qibla, so that if somebody come to believe, he announced to believe, then he is to take the next hard step too, and that is to worship Allah in the direction of Masjid al-Aqsa, and that was too hard. And so many of those who were not believing, that was their pretext and excuse that he is not somebody that is our representative. He is somebody who is representing those are people of scripture, and he is following them, and he is doing his worship likewise that they do. So they were not believing. So Allah set a hard step so that if somebody crosses that and comes to believe, then it is the one who is a real believer. And there were so many who were only denying the Holy Prophet because of this setting of Jerusalem or Masjid al-Aqsa as a Qibla. For this, Allah set it as a Qibla at the first step. Wama Jalna, Allah is telling that thing in this verse, and these phrases are telling that. We read it and we translate it, and then we will reach the point from where we will start the discussion of today. وَمَا جَعَلْنَا الْقِبْلَةَ الَّتِي كُنْتَ عَلَيْهَا, and the Qibla that we have set and you were used to worship in that direction. إِلَّا لِنَعْلَمَ مَنْ يَتَّبِعِ الرَّسُولَ مِمَّنْ يَنْقَلِبُ عَلَى عَقِبَيْهِ, unless that we know, we confirm that who are believing in you really and who will turn back to where they came from. Ala akibayhi means the turning from their heels towards back, and means not reached completely, and they just saw the situation and turned back on their heel. Means while standing, even they did not sit there, and they did not take a place there, and they did not join, but just seeing the situation, they turned back. That is what the reading means here. Here a word is there that should be explained. Why Allah is saying لِنَعْلَمَ? Is it possible for Allah that He was not knowing, and now He is to know something? For this purpose He is checking people, and He is testing them, and He is giving them some examination points so that they can be checked and they can be tested. Why? Whether Allah is not knowing. He is alim. He is alimun bikulli shayin. He is alimun bikulli shayin. Bikulli shayin alim. So why He is to check or give this test? So that the reason behind that, He is telling Himself that the reason behind this setting of first Qibla is that we will know lina alama, so that we can assert and we can confirm, we can know that they are the real faithful people. Here I should say there are certain words, different words, several words, multiple words for getting knowledge or knowing something or having information of something. One of them is lina alama, alima ya'lamu. The other is khabara yakhburu or akhbara yukhbiru. And the third is that absara yubsiru or basara yabsuru, and also the word zanna yazunnu is used, and maybe there are some other words which are used there. Some of simple translators, they take all of them with one meaning, but every word has its own meaning and with specification that are not in others. And alima, I leave the detailed discussion about that for the sessions which will come, and as it comes we will discuss it, but here I tell only about alima ya'lamu. Alima ya'lamu is used when somebody knows something with all those proof, that can he prove the thing which he knows to others. If somebody, because situation is like this, that sometimes somebody knows something, he knows and nothing else. Another time he has proof that thing can be proved with evidence, and with sometime when there are complete evidence of the thing there, and thing is known and there are evidence to prove that, that is when we call it ilm. Ilm is not just knowing. Ilm is when you have all reasoning and proof of that, that can prove that thing to other people. Sometimes you have proof for yourself. If you know a thing and then you have a proof of that and good reasoning for that for yourself only, that is shahada. That is shahida yashhadu. But when you have ilm, it means that you have proof that you can show them, you can take them as evidence, that you can prove the that thing that you know to others too. That is ilm. So Allah is telling here, lena alama. It means that with this process of worshipping, setting this Qibla first and then changing it to other Qibla, and having two Qibla, one to test and then the other one for the test too, because the second time when it changes, there are some people they will not be liking that too, so that is also another test. So these all are set and changed, so that while changing them, while in this process, that is a test for those who are real believer. They will say, Lillahi al-mashriq wal-maghrib. Whatever Allah chooses, that is for us a direction. We will do our worship to that direction, and that is, we don't have any hesitation in that, because that is Allah's order and His command and His guidance, and we don't have any hesitation. So if today Jerusalem is set as a Qibla, we accept. And tomorrow, if Baitullah al-Haram is set as a Qibla, we accept it too, because that is something that is come from Allah, and that is enough for us to believe in that. That is. And this is what Allah is telling. So, lina alama, I think it is known now why it is used for Allah. Lina alama, man yattabi rasula, who is to follow Rasul, mimman yanqalibu ala aqibihi, from the one who is turning back on his heel. Here Allah, to satisfy us the situation, that this was not an easy job. وَإِنْ كَانَتْ لَكَبِيرَةً إِلَّا عَلَى الَّذِينَ هَدَى اللَّهُ. This thing, this setting of Qibla first, Jerusalem, it was so hard for Meccan. People who were living in Mecca and the surrounding, and Arab people who were used to do all their worship towards Kaaba, and they were making their round around Kaaba, and that was a complete fixed thing in their mind, and they did not think about that there would be some other place where they will direct their worship. Here, when it is announced and they accepted, they really accepted the prophethood of Muhammad and his truthfulness his truthfulness is accepted by them, and that is very clear and manifest. وَإِنْ كَانَتْ لَكَبِيرَةً, and it was a very hard thing. It was a big stone that they took it. وَإِنْ كَانَ لَكَبِيرَةً إِلَّا عَلَى الَّذِينَ هَدَى اللَّهُ, save those who have guidance from Allah. They say this is from Allah. If something is from Allah, then we don't hesitate. We don't have any problem in accepting that and following that. Here another question comes there too. And seeing the time, I think we should leave it for the next time. I think so. Maybe we have some minutes, so we'll complete it today. إِلَّا عَلَى الَّذِينَ هَدَى اللَّهُ, save those who have guidance from Allah, then they will have no any hardship. They don't feel any hardship in accepting what is coming from Allah. Here another question come to mind. So what will happen to those worshippers and those rituals and all those services that people have done and believers have been doing up to now? There are 15, 16, 17 years now that Jerusalem was Qibla for Muslimin, and all those worshippers, and Holy Prophet also was doing all his worshippers towards that direction. So what will happen to them? So Allah is telling, that is my job, that is my responsibility. You don't worry. That is not something that should be worried, because Allah is not wasting anybody's work. If somebody has earned, he have done services, he have done worship too, he have worshipped Allah, and he established salat and all those other rituals he have done towards Masjid al-Aqsa and Jerusalem. Allah is the one who is accepter of all those things, and when he guarantees, then why should somebody be worrying? No worry, and be sure everybody that Allah will not waste, Allah will not set anybody's action and worship and all those good deeds to be go in waste, and he lose all those work that he have done. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُضِيعَ إِيمَانَكُمْ, Allah is not to let something to be go to waste. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُضِيعَ إِيمَانَكُمْ, whatever you have done, that is assured, that is with Allah, that is something that we know it, we have set it, and we have registered it, and we have with us. And this iman that you started from that, all is there, and it is guaranteed, and none of that will be wasted at all. And Allah totally do not waste anything from anybody. So that is a guarantee for those who have done up to know all what they have done. It means that they be sure, no any worrying that they have lost so many of their worship and good deed, that they have directed all those worshippers to that direction, which have been changed now, and what will happen to what we have done in the past. So Allah is guaranteeing that thing in this verse, and here Allah tells something more. Not only that, but be sure, inna Allaha bin nasi la ra'ufun rahim, and Allah is Rauf and Rahim towards all people. He is a gentle one, all gentle. Rauf means somebody who is too gentle. He is really a gentle one. All of it is, he is gentle, and he is compassionate to all, compassionate, so that there is no worry about that. He will give more. Not only that, but their worships and their services have the reward. Allah will give that also Allah will add, because He is Ra'ufun Rahim, He makes more and more, and because He is all gentle towards all people. When He is gentle and compassionate towards all people, then how He will be towards mu'mineen and those who have taken the hardship and who have taken on their shoulder the hardship of being believer and accepting all those things which were announced by the Holy Prophet. And that two verses are preparatory verses about that announcement which is to be announced in the next ayah, and inshallah we will read it in the next session. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all.